Can you guys hear me by any chance? Apparently we had a disconnection. Sorry about that. Hopefully you can hear me, but we had a disconnection and the disco came back, so apparently the 4G signal is really crappy where I flew. That's too bad. So it keeps dropping connection. So that ain't too good. I guess this really isn't the great spot to do this live broadcast. I'm gonna have to find another area. I know I'm breaking up. So apparently the 4G signal is not good where I'm standing here at this park, or sitting here at this park. And it's also not good on the disco, not very good. So the disco is just kind of in a loiter right now. Maybe we'll try to go a little bit further this way. Here we go. What's up, Hanno? So we're doing a live broadcast if you guys haven't found that out yet, but we had a problem with the first attempt. I got kind of far out and we kind of lost signal and the disco came back. But this is the disco. Hey, Robert. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. So we're just gonna see like what happens. This is the first test. This just might be just a really bad area to do this live streaming at the park here. So I can see you guys. Yeah, I can see you should be seeing my screen, so I can see your messages. But I'm also trying to fly. What's up, TCM? Thanks for tuning in. So I'm hoping you guys can kind of see the screen of the disco. It's not going to be very clear. I'm going to try to keep it lower. I'm going to fly, kind of low, like I'm on the side of a mountain. So the mountain's sloping up there to the left. You can see that. Hey, Ireland. What's up? And I don't know how live this is going to be. I mean, I tested it in my house and it was like up to a 30-second delay. So, what's up, Henry? But anyway, this is as live as I can make it on my connection. So I'm going to just try to fly. You see how I'm just kind of hugging the side of the mountain here? Just so I can kind of stay the same height. It seems like it might be doing better than last time, but here's the map. There's the disco now. It's going over these golf courses. Once we reach about 1.5 miles, then we're kind of out of normal control range, and then the 4G, we can really see it's working good. But again, what's up, Floyd? Thanks for tuning in here. Again, this is my first live fly, recording the screen. So I don't know how this is going to work. Rolex, what's up? I'm going to go ahead and change. So you guys are seeing my screen again, so I got to remember that. Solar rechargeable batteries, Todd. Yes. I did order a whole kit for solar, and I'm just waiting on some pre-cut solar panels. Kind of smaller cuts. Alan Haberfield, welcome. So I am going to do the solar mod on this. Right now this is just the lithium ion and the 4G mod. Reaching 1 mile, guys. I really hope it doesn't drop out again. It would be so cool if we could make it possibly down to... well, we're hitting some wind. You see that? Disco's kind of all over the place. Whoa. I'm trying to pitch down a little bit. Whoa, it's turning. Is it turning on its own, or am I doing that? That was weird. I don't know if you guys could see that. A little bit funky in the control there for a second. So I need to go down a little bit lower because I don't want to get out of this 4G array that cell phones are using on the cell towers. This is basically like a cell phone is inside of the disco right now. Disco is fantastic, Rolex. It's pretty awesome plane, and it's open source, so you guys can, you know, really do a lot of mods to it. It's pretty amazing. Hey John, from England, what's up, bud? Thanks for tuning in. It is right about noon here in Hawaii. Yep, a couple minutes till noon. And so we're getting some, gosh, this time we're doing good. Look at this. Okay, we're at 1.5 miles. So this is really the disco in its normal. If I miss your comment, sorry, just maybe comment again and I'll try to answer it. But I'm looking at the telemetry right now. Greg, lost you a wild. What does that mean, Greg? I don't know. Maybe you lost my connection. Again, this connection isn't that great at the park I'm flying at. Hawaii is not that great at 4G signal in the first place. So I'm trying the best I can. You can see the map. There's the disco. There's where I am on the top right. And the disco is just on its way. We got 83% power. And we're flying into the wind, so it's probably hitting some wind. I want to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to have to keep kind of going down because the mountain's sloping down, right, guys? So I don't want to get too high for safety reasons and also for the 4G signal. I'm going to zoom out and show you where I'm headed, you guys. I'm going to head down here. See with the Wailea Golf Club? I'm going to head down that way, so I want to turn a little bit to the left. So I'm going to turn, actually let me go back into the map. Robert. Yes, it's cheaper now, the disco. They dropped it by a lot. It's only around $400 now. So am I heading? I want to make sure I'm heading in the right direction. A little bit too far to the right. I turned. Just turn back a little bit. And the wind, of course, is going to influence all this. We're just going to do the best we can. We might drop out again. You can see that the wind is blowing it a little bit sideways, but still phenomenal. I can do this live stream with you guys and just have you here in Hawaii with me. Check out the scenery. We're looking at the ocean. Hey Ted, aloha. If you guys can hear me, my voice, can somebody please say like, yes, we can hear you? Can you text? Hey Norman. This should be recording the iPad screen and the microphone. Hey, somebody just... Okay. Bill, what's up? How's the weather over there at Lake Erie? Was that a yes, you can hear me? That must have been a yes, he can hear me. Ted, yep, okay, good. Sounds like you guys can hear me. So it looks like we're going over the desert. This is the dry side of Maui. Look at this. This is the right above Kihei area. I want to make sure I'm pointed in the right direction. What's up, Carpenter Rick? Hey, Carpenter Rick won my last giveaway. Congratulations, buddy. And hopefully that thing's working for you and you didn't crash it too much. I know you crashed it. The, gosh, what was it? It was the race wing that Sanaya and I gave away. So anyway, congratulations, Carpenter Rick. I'm going to be doing another giveaway, guys, up here either this week or next weekend. I've just been super busy. Kids started school, all that jazz. I had to get a new car because my daughter's going to get her license soon. And so just been super busy with all kinds of stuff. We hear you clean and clear. Thanks, Carpenter Rick, for letting me know that. Again, guys, you're seeing my screen. So whatever I do on my iPad, there we go. There's the live stream. It's probably not going to be that clear to you. Thanks for the thumbs up. Good boy. Appreciate it. So this is the live stream of the disco. And if you guys want me to like make any actions, I mean, I'm going in a certain direction, so I'm not going to be able to really steer from my route much because I want to get to Wailea if I can. But I will, like if you say go right or left or something like that, I'll do it just to let you know, you know, we are in good control. But you can see where I'm headed. I'm over there in Pukalani. I'm kind of like lower Kula now, passing below Kula. 3 miles away. We're just cruising at the normal disco. Thanks, drone video footage. Appreciate the comment. So you guys can see when I do have this, gosh, I should probably look at my video once in a while, huh? So I don't crash into the side of the mountain. You guys can see on the left when I do put the map up like this. You can see the video down there, see it on the left. So we can make sure we know where we're going while we're looking at the map. It does look like the wind kind of came up a bit. So, you know, want to be kind of careful, really monitoring the battery power. But look at the battery, it's just a couple % in the last 10 minutes because these lithium ions are so amazing. Thanks, Nicholas. Appreciate the kind words. If my voice sounds kind of weird, it's because I have this sunshade over my iPad. You know what I should be doing? I got to get this umbrella up because I'm getting fried. So I'm going to get this umbrella over me here. There we go. Wow, that's way better. I'm just like cooking in the Hawaiian sun here at the park. And I just finally got an umbrella up. So you see how we're getting a little bit close. I want to go up a little bit. So I'm going up, climbing. You can see my footage is, my altitude is per my launch point. So that's why it's in the negative, because I've gone down the side of the mountain. So it looks like somebody's triggering my security cameras at my house. Probably the family, hopefully. Anyway, I'm trying to get this umbrella situated. Good boy, you can hear me. Thank you very much for chiming in. Looks like this second time around is working really good. I don't know what happened the first time. There we go. I'm just, gosh, this umbrella, okay. There we go. I need to get one of those chairs that has an umbrella hooked into it. So I have a hand free. I just kind of have the umbrella like held in my legs because it was getting really hot. No, this is not a CX-20. This is the Parrot Disco. And I'm hoping the live stream, it's the same live stream because I'm using the Do recorder. Oh, thank you. Looks like Korean is commenting. Is that Korean? Yes, it flies well. I can't read Korean, but welcome. And let's go ahead and look at our map again, make sure we're going in the right direction. Yes, we are. We're going right towards Wailea. I'm going to leave it in this route. Awesome. So just to let you guys know, you may be... Oh, the wind's coming up, taking my umbrella away. Just to let you guys know, you may be like a few seconds lag on this live stream, so I'm not sure how this is going to turn out. Anyway, here we go. We're just trying to make it. Can the 4G setup be hooked up to my Phantom 3? Not that I know of, blind. This mod is specifically for the Disco 4G. I mean the Disco, Parrot Disco, and the Parrot Bebop 2. Yeah, this is the dry area of Maui we're going through right now. It's super dry. So very similar to maybe somewhere like Australia where sections are just super dry. We'll pull up the map and you can kind of see where we're at. You see how there's green areas, and then right here, this is like the most dry area, and then over here in Lahaina, this is the other really dry area on the way to Lahaina. You see the brown there. So we're really cruising over the really dry area. I am hoping that the wind is going to be to our way back. So I'll probably go to about 60% to be safe and then come back. But we're going to try to make it down to Wailea if we can. And we're just cruising over the mountain. Hey Leaf Magnus from Norway, welcome. On your guys' end, if you can tell me how the exposure is, like if it's too bright, too dark, I'll try to lighten up the exposure on the disco. You can see how dark it is. Let me point the camera down. Again, we're flying a plane, disco plane. Maybe we could spot some deer. Check this out. So there's wild axis deer here in these areas. So if you guys see any deer, let me know. And we'll try to maybe chase them or something. I won't crash. I'll try not to crash. So if the 4G does disconnect, guys, at least this thing will pick up a couple hundred feet and it'll come home. Thanks, Floyd. He's saying it looks great. Good. So we're flying over the desert of Maui right now, but hopefully in about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. Okay, this is how long, we're halfway there, just about. So that's how long it took us to get that halfway since the stream started, the second stream. So I guess that was only about 10 minutes, wasn't it? 10, 15? Fine, white balance. No, the exposure, like it will brighten or darken the picture. Yeah, white balance and the exposure are different, but I have I have in my first disco review I did call the exposure white balance. So sorry about that. But still learning, everybody's still learning, having a great time. And you can see that we've gained some altitude, so I might drop it down. It looks like we're kind of going down now. We've come across the slope of the mountain, the peak of the mountain in this area, so now it's all downhill from here. 17, thanks Joe Max. He said 17 minutes so far, so it took us 17 minutes to get that far. Whoa, wind's coming up. Gosh, I hope it doesn't ruin our day with the wind. The wind starts to usually really come up around this time. Thanks, Carpenter Rick. It does look like a pretty beautiful picture from my side, so hopefully you guys are seeing that. We're headed exactly in the direction I want to be heading. It should get really calm once we, get. You see where Wailea McKenna is right there, that point. It's going to get really, really calm there. So I'm hoping we can make it that far. Maybe I want to go down a little bit because we're still fighting some wind. We're going down. So from my launch position up here in Pukalani, you can see that we're negative almost 200 feet. Whoa, look at the wind blowing it kind of sideways now. Whew. So there is some wind out there, guys. So you see how we're negative 200 feet? That's just from my launch position up here. So if you're wondering why it says negative there. And we're checking out our speed too. So 30 feet per second. Actually, maybe there's not too bad a wind because it cruises at around 25 miles per hour. I forget the conversion. And it looks like we're cruising pretty good. Let's pitch the camera all the way up. The disco's pretty cool. Check that out. It can go up. This is the disco. So on the Bebop 2 and the disco, you can pitch the camera up like this. And it's not an actual moving gimbal, not actually a mechanical gimbal. It's actually, what it's doing is it's taking like a 4K fisheye video lens shot, and then it's digitally stabilizing it and cropping in And so you can move kind of like the digital camera around inside of that huge sphere. That's what the Disco and the Bebop 2 do. Of course, the new Anafi does have a mechanical gimbal that goes up and down and stabilizes its roll, but the yaw is still digitally stabilized. Yeah, the Bebop 2 is a great drone also. So here we are, guys. We're coming in. We are 6.5 miles away. We're just staying low, out of any danger. And I can't believe we still have nobody's breaking into my house, Jay. It's probably just my family. We have relatives over right now, and everybody's there. Yes, I have the Arlo. It's pretty good. The Arlo, I've got like 5 cameras, and you can set them up to be wireless all around your house. That's a good security system. And then it notifies you every time and records every time there's some movement. How much data will we use? Well, this thing uses about, for each hour of flight, it's using right around 1 gigabyte per SIM, and I have 2 SIMs. There's 1 SIM in the Disco, and of course there's 1 SIM in my phone. And I'm hoping that my phone has got enough tethering, because right now it's using the tethering, and I think I have 6 gigs of tethering, so we should be okay. But we'll notice real quick if they start throttling my connection, because it'll go from really smooth to just horrible. So that's either a coverage issue or they're throttling it. But I think we'll be okay. So still cruising towards Kihei. Looks like we're doing very well. I'm going to turn a little bit to the left. This is using 4G, so we're using cell towers to fly, for those of you that don't know. Yes, it works on the Disco and the Bebop too. And big props to Soft Ice. If you're out there, Mark Bueller, go ahead and visit UAVPal.com, guys. Thanks, Bill. About 24 miles per hour. Yeah, that's what this thing cruises at, so there must not be much wind at all. Visit UAVPal.com, guys, because this guy, Mark Caliber, and the community there were the ones. Yes, that's the Pacific Ocean. There's Molokini, and then there's Kaho'olawe over there. You can see in the distance. Anyway, Mark Bueller over at UAVPal.com enabled this modification and did the coding, and the community there made this possible. Down in the description, guys, we'll have the link to it. So it's not that easy. If you have some computer experience, then you should be able to do it. You know, if you use a laptop and you can type, as long as you just kind of, what he says is turn your brain off and just follow the directions line by line, going down a little bit. There we go. You should be able to do this mod. You just have to buy the equipment. And I will have all the equipment in the links in the description as well, if you guys did want to do this with the Parrot. This is a plane, guys. This is not a multi-rotor drone. This is a foam plane using 4G connection. There is a few setup videos, XO360, for a few guys in the UAV Pal community. Gus and some others made some instruction videos. Good, thanks. I'm glad the picture is looking good, Rolex. So there are some instructional videos on how to set this up. I haven't made one yet. I've just kind of done the flying. I haven't really made how to mod video yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to do one. You have 3 Discos, XO. Nice. Well, they're worth it. They're pretty amazing. I have actually 2, and I lost 1, so I would have had 3 also. I bought 2 after I lost my first one when the prices dropped drastically. Yeah, that's a crater. Did you guys see that? Let's go back in the map. Yeah, that's a little tiny crater. They call that a cinder cone to the right. Yeah. Actually to the left of the disco. Let's turn left for a second and see if we can look at that crater. So I'm turning left. Whoops, we want to pick it up. So that crater is somewhere over there. I'm not going to go too far off course. Turning right again. Anyway, it's somewhere over there. I can't really see it right now. I just don't want to get too far off my course and burn up battery power. Let's look down some of these little valleys. Look, there's a road out in the middle of nowhere. Cool. So we're getting kind of low to the ground. I want to be careful here. Cool. So let me know if you guys see any deer running around. This is prime deer territory. Again, guys, this is a live stream from Maui, Hawaii. Look at this. This is a watering hole. Maybe there's some deer around here. You see any deer? No, that's lava rock. I don't think that's water. Okay, I don't want to get too low. Let's check where we're going. Yeah, we're headed in exactly the right direction though, so we're good. Jurassic Park. It kind of does. Pitching the camera up and down a bit. So I'm ecstatic that we still have, seemingly, knock on wood, pretty good. Can't zoom in on this one. I can zoom in on the map, but not on the screen of the disco. So I can zoom in on the map. Is that what you mean? Zooming in where we're headed. Straight Wailea. 69% power. We may be A-okay to get this, to get to Kihei. That'll be pretty awesome. We're 9.2 miles from my location, which is pretty amazing. Wow, is that a water line? What is that thing? Oh, that looks like an old ancient Hawaiian wall. You guys see that? There's a lot of these kind of ancient Hawaiian rock walls around that the ancient Hawaiians used to put up as like boundary points or sacred areas. That looked like a big long wall there, didn't it? Yep, 9.3 miles. Black Ops. You can see Kaulave, and there's Molokini, that little small island out there to the right. And then you can see the McKenna cinder cone there also. Cool. All right. So you might have seen that little, see that thing flashing on the left of the screen? That's just because it's seeing which way my controller's pointed. If I turn to the left, you see the map on the bottom, my array turned blue. If I turn back to the right with my controller, it's red. So it's just telling you which way the disco's facing if you have direct Wi-Fi connection. But we don't have direct Wi-Fi connection because we're using the 4G. This is the disco plane, Parrot disco plane with 4G modification. Gosh, guys, check it out. We're almost in Wailea. Pretty much there. I'm going to go down a bit. Just a little bit more. There we go. Fantastic. You can't do this with a DJI Phantom Pro, this mod. You can see how we still have 67% battery power. This is using those 2 Titan 3500. You don't think it's going to make it back We still have 67% power, dude. I think it is, as long as the wind isn't gonna blast against it on the way back. Yeah, looking at my battery power, I'm gonna turn around right around 60%. If not, maybe 65. Oh, that was interesting. For some reason it just tried to go up. So I'm trying to go down. Maybe we hit some wind there. So this is Maui Meadows. We're just about to start flying over in Wailea, Kihei Wailea. Just went down a bit. There we go. Bring the camera down. Look at these houses. Beautiful, huh? Anyway, guys, if you're just tuning in, skim the ground. Philly drone life. Are you crazy, man? 10 miles out, 10.5 miles. I'm not going to skim on the ground. That would just be crazy. So if you guys are just tuning in, we're doing a Pearl Harbor. That's on Oahu. I don't think I'm going to get that far. If you guys are just tuning in, we're doing a 4G modded flight, also lithium-ion flight. Hey, Trevor from Australia. And I'm going to show you the map of where I am and where the disco is. Check this house out. I'm way up here. See the home right there? Look where I am. I'm like halfway across Maui. So check it out. So getting close to where I comfortably want to turn around with the battery power, just a little further. Again, disco's just cruising. How about we, let's go down a bit more. Not too low, because we're over these houses. And what we'll do is we'll just try to get over to the shoreline. Oh, is that the old McKenna Beach? Maybe we'll cruise over the McKenna Beach. Go down a bit more. Get out of the wind if there's any wind up there. Yes, 11 miles. Woohoo! And I'm still in manual control. You can see I'm pressing forward to pitch down. Losing some altitude. Wow, look at this. We're 570 feet below my launch altitude. That's because the mountain slopes down. The cell phone network is taking the video. It's routing the disco video, my live stream, and everything, the control and everything, and the video through the 4G network. And it's basically relaying it over the 4G network through your phone. You have to have a hotspot on your phone. And your phone is connected to the network as well, the 4G network. And I'm not going to do a power climb to 500 feet. That's going to burn too much battery. And it's going to be windy up there. Okay. We're dropping some more altitude here. So if I miss your comment, guys, just comment again. Sometimes I'm looking at the screen and I didn't see your comment. Right, Carpenter Rick. 4G is sending and receiving data on both ends. 4G disco end and my controller and phone end here where I am. Just about to hit 12 miles. Looks like we're going to make it to the ocean. We'll go to the ocean. We'll go left because I know it's calm down there to the left. Let's pitch the camera down. Maybe somebody's golfing on Sunday. Beautiful golf courses of Maui. Guys, this is live. You're flying here live with me on Maui, Hawaii. So if you're not around the beach, I'm sure you'll be enjoying this. Pele finally taking her leave. Yeah, I guess the Big Island maybe slowed down. I haven't really been following the volcanic activity on the Big Island of Hawaii, but apparently it's kind of slowing down last time I checked. So we're gonna go down to see some of these golf courses. I want to keep it kind of lower, so I'm within the best 4G signal, because the cell towers are kind of pointing down. Okay, we're just about ready to turn around. Let's go check it out. Okay, there's our home point, and there is our craft. Okay, so going good. Still going at pretty much the same speed, so I know there's not really any wind down there. There's a little bit of wind coming up where I'm sitting, up here on the mountain. So, yep. We are way... Now the red distance is actually the distance from me, so we're 12.7 miles away from my position. Check out this hotel. This hotel is amazing. I think this is the Kealani. Check this thing out. We don't want to lose... Whoa, they got solar panels all over their roof. Woo! We lost your Anafi. Oh, that's somebody commenting on my YouTube channel. Look at those solar panels on that hotel. Pretty cool. Guys, we're almost to the ocean. My hands are shaking. This is so epic. Okay, I'm going to come down a little closer. Just a little bit. Stay over the tops of these trees. And we're going to pitch this camera down so we can see... Whoa! Getting a little bit garbled. Uh-oh. Please don't lose connection. So you're probably seeing this too. It seems like I may have lost connection. Let's see if we get it back. Bummer. So we lost connection. Hoping you guys can still hear me. Okay, so we're out of connection. Darn, we lost it right when we got to the shoreline. It's too bad. Wonder what it was. So the disco should start coming back. Yeah, you see how it's going up. You see my footage? So it's gonna go up pretty high. Oh. Looks like we got to go back. Please. Yes, we do. Check it out, guys. Whoa, what happened? The camera was way low for some reason. Alright, we're turning back around. Whoa. 45% disco. You know what? Clear head. Okay. Looks like that climb just like a bunch of power. So one last loop. Check it out. There's where we move to. Shoreline. One last loop here. We're in Aloha. Pretty darn amazing. And now check it out. We're gonna head back up this mountain. Okay, guys. Unfortunately, we lost connection. We also burnt a bunch of power climbing that high. So bring it back down. And we can see how fast we're going. 80 per second. Yeah, so maybe staying high is a good idea, because it's going to blow me back a little bit faster, but I don't want to get up in the way of any winds or anything. So I'm hoping you guys can still hear me. Yeah, look at that drop in air power, so it's a little bit scary. So we'll just head directly straight back. just right there. Should be pointing directly at us. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, I'm already back. We're going quite a bit faster coming back. Maybe about 5 miles per hour, 10 miles per hour faster, so we should just make it. My voice probably is cutting out when there's low coverage. Sorry guys. But that's just the way this is with the 4G connection. Battery alert. I know. I'm thinking we'll be okay though. If anything, I didn't ditch it like along the road. There's really no roads in between. Nothing cooler there is. So anyway, you guys are just joining. We're doing a 4G modification, lithium-ion modification flight with the Parrot Disco. And yeah, we're going almost twice as fast coming back, so I think we'll be okay, guys. That was weird how it, you see how much power it used climbing after the disconnection down by the ocean. Anyway, we're heading back home. We are going pretty fast coming home. I'm just really hoping. Yeah, so it's probably going to sound weird in the audio for a little while, and then it's probably going to come back in when the connection gets better, which it should be now. Okay, so a little bit of a panic there for a second. And the reason why I use so much battery power. I know. For 42%, you see how long it stayed there. Because it's not using much power now. It was just using a crap load of power when it was climbing in the return home. Just going to go out a little bit. Feet, I think. Let's see where we're at. I think we're going to make it because we got the wind at our back. And look, staying at 42% for a while on our power. Maybe I should start going. I don't know. I just don't want to go too high. I want to see how much manual control we can be in. So anyway, coming up. I'm going to go a little bit higher. I'm just doing like slow climbs. You know what I mean? Just to kind of keep it close to the ground so we can stay in 4G connection. Back to our map. So guys, from where I am here, check it out. That's where I am. We went all the way down here, look at this, to the ocean. And strangely, it cut out right when we got over the shoreline. I guess I was just in a bad coverage area. Or something happened to my phone. Or my signal. Okay. I don't go to that until it's safely home. I think we should be okay. See how it's staying at 40% forever. Wow. Picking it up a little bit. Just a slow climb to stay with the slope of the mountain. Just very slow, not to like burn too much power. Very slow letting off. Yep, still at 42%, Hank. Interesting, huh? These lithium ions are pretty radical. if it's a really slow draw, they just barely drain anything, but if it's pushing hard, they'll drain some. So I want to make sure we're going back in the right direction. Looks like maybe you want to turn left just a little bit. That might have been too much. What I don't want to do is fight the wind unnecessarily. Or turn into the wind a little bit. See how we're going a little bit sideways. So turn to the right again. Just a little to the right. There we go. Interesting how it's crabbing to the right. You see that? Alright. A little more to the right. Turning. Well, still at 42% power. That's odd. It must be blowing right there from my back left. Coming home. Uh-oh. Just saw a question mark on our footage. So I think it was around this high, maybe a little bit higher when we came out. I hope that battery reading was correct. It's still at 42%. I think we're going to be fine. It starts with the lithium-ion batteries, guys. It starts to, as far as what other people say, Kuba B, Mavic Pro, or Mavic Air. All depends. If you can afford it, I'd get the Mavic Pro. Well, but the Mavic Pro 2 is coming out pretty soon, so maybe just wait for that. The Mavic Air is a bit loud and noisy, and doesn't fly it very long, but it does seem to have a better camera, and it has those rear sensors, so that's really the only difference. I'm not going to up my speed flying, because if I up my speed, I'm going to burn more battery power. I just want to let it cruise at its most efficient speed, which, do you see a kangaroo? There's no kangaroos here, Bill. I'm sure you know that. There's deer, though. You might have seen an axis deer. There's wild pigs, warthogs. That's about it over in these barren areas. You wouldn't think this is Hawaii, would you? It's just completely dry in this location. Let's pitch this down while we go over this little valley. Check this out. Cool, huh? Whoa, we want to pick it up. I felt like I was going to crash into some trees. That was probably just like an optical illusion. Anyway, you guys see any deer? Deer spotting. The stream's probably pretty bad on your guys' side. But this is how it's working. At least we got some kind of stream. Okay, I'm going to check my map real quick. Yep, we're pointed in the right direction. Looks like the most efficient path. You can see that it is crabbing to the right a little. You see that? How I'm pointed straight that way and then it's moving to the right. So, who knows? We're just getting some wind from the back. Okay, so the voltage dropped to 38%. We gonna make it? Hope so. Going under a cloud. I'm gonna go up a little bit. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up to my 0 altitude, where my launch altitude, you see how I'm climbing? Right there. There we go. So now I'm 15 feet above my launch altitude at my location. And look at the wind up here. It's blowing it pretty good. So that's a good thing, if it can blow it back faster. Wow, is the wind really that crazy? Wow. Blowing me sideways. And I really hope we make this back. We're definitely over halfway. I'm just going to let the wind do its thing, guys. I'm not going to give it any more throttle. Whoa, I just touched the screen and accidentally pulled the gimbal down. Okay, don't touch the screen. I forgot you can touch the screen and move the gimbal. So this is manual control, guys. Well, look at this. We're 5.7 miles. You're welcome. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys are just tuning in just now. Whoa, the wind is just going crazy. If you guys are just tuning in, we flew all the way over here. We flew to the water down here. From this location up here, you can see my home point up in Pukalani. So, gosh, I hope we're gonna be okay. Are we gonna be okay? 60 feet per second. It's windy over there. 34% power. Some people have said that the guys that have pushed the power from lithium ions down to 10% or below, they said you start losing power like at 10%. So, wow, yeah, it's blowing, so I think we're gonna be okay. Look at that, 60 feet per second. Yeah, wow, almost 40 miles per hour. Nice, Sir Walter, thanks for that. So, we went out at like 24, 25, according to Bill Samarak. Thanks, Bill. And Walter just said we're coming back at 60, so we're double the speed right now. I think we're gonna be all right. Oh, there's a truck. Did you see that? Farmer. Woohoo! There's a rancher truck there. Probably didn't even see it. All right, we're heading home. Looking great. Flying kind of low. Probably want to pick it up a little bit more. Just a gradual climb. Okay. $64 miles per hour. No, that's feet per second. I don't think that's quite 60. But the wind, look at the wind, it's blowing it from the left, so it's really making it crab to the right. Even though the disco thinks or the compass says it's facing towards my home point, it looks like it's facing down to the ocean just because of the wind. Looks like we're under some cloud cover. Trying to spot some deer. Hey, I can see, is that Kula? I'm gonna go up a little bit just so I don't possibly hit any power lines and stuff. Okay, so 100 feet higher than my launch altitude. I think we're gonna be A-okay. Hey Thomas, thanks for tuning in. We're just on our return flight, guys, if you're just tuning in. Looked like I went about, was it 12, 13 miles from Pukalani to the ocean in Wailea Ocean. Whoa, just hit some gusts. Did you see that? Whoa, 70 feet per second. Wow. I think that's the fastest I've ever gone. It is gusting. So 4G's starting to kind of hiccup a little. I'm going to pick it up a little bit more. Just in case there's a problem, I'm not hitting any power lines or trees. 25% power. Getting close though. Hey look, we're getting close to our home point. We came back in a hurry, didn't we? So we were going out against some wind and we're just coming back really nice and easy. with the wind. I'll turn to the left a little bit. Okay. Let's pitch down. Looks like we're getting a little bit of cloud cover. There we go. I'm going to bring the disco up a little bit higher. Get up to like 200 feet from my launch position. Again, it's probably not going to be the same as the ground altitude. It is amazing, Carpenter Rick. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Wow, look at that house. Beautiful. If that is a house or something else maybe. I think we're almost home, guys. We got 24%. We're gonna be a-okay. We did push it a little more than I was comfortable with, only because in the return to home it just kicks in and it was trying to climb quite high because we were so low from our launch altitude. So what this does is, I think it was trying to climb to 100 or 200 feet above my launch altitude, and we were negative like 300 feet launch altitude when we went down to the ocean. So it had like probably a minute of just full power climbing, and that's what dropped the battery down so fast. Still coming back. I don't know, is that, you think I'm at 18% power? I don't know, I'm seeing 22% on my disco. I think we're gonna be okay. Yeah, it drops because this isn't the normal stock Wi-Fi range. If you're using normal stock Wi-Fi control on the Bebop 2 or the Disco, you're only gonna get probably around a mile of range out before you lose connection. Again, guys, this is the 4G modded Disco with lithium ion power. 7,000 milliamp hour of lithium ion power. By the way, guys, I did get another pack of Titan, so I'm going to have 1,500 power. It's getting a bit heavy once I put that in, but I need to get a 3-way lighter parallel cable. The ones I ordered are just horribly heavy. It's like 50 grams. Check it out. We're almost at home base. We're going to be fine. Okay. So I'm going to come home, I'm going to overshoot my position, and then I'll come in against the wind, and I'll land against the wind at my location. So anyway, I'm going to turn right a little bit and see where I am. Oh, there's the park I'm at. Okay, right here. Yeah, there we are. We made it with 20% power left. So what is that, like 24 miles to 26 miles we flew? Let's see if we can fly by. You guys are gonna see me down here on the bottom. There I am at the corner edge of the field. That's me right there. You see me? Hello, got my umbrella up. I can hear it there. You guys can probably hear it in the mic. So it's flying overhead now. We made it back. I'm gonna try to land it and leave the camera on, and then just, you know, say like kind of farewells, wrap this thing up. I don't want to drop these batteries down too much. So we're going hard left. Oh, I didn't go far enough. I need a better runway. We're going to circle again. A little bit of garble there. We'll just fly out here a little bit, little ways. Thanks, Rolex. A little scary on the battery, but hey, we knew what we were doing, right? So I'm just going to overshoot, flying with the wind, kind of. Hey, helicopter. If you're just tuning in, we're just wrapping up this crazy long flight. I'm pulling back on the stick to try to lessen my speed. Whoa. Out of control, out of control. Okay, we're coming in for a landing. On 4G. Yikes. I'm all over the place. Whoa, watch out for the roof. Landing. Alright, let's see how close we get. Oh! Man, I just like hit the right wing, left wing really hard. Oh, I think I hit the fence. Jeez. Alright, let me go get this thing. Yeah, I hit the fence. Let's see what the damage is. It wasn't landing fast enough. Are we still in control? Yeah, still have camera control. Yeah, so the top popped off. There's like no damage to it. Wow, the top popped off and a battery flew out. But we're still connected. Amazing. Okay guys, well, we did it. Check it out. Holy smokes. Let me set this thing down. Right here. So, gosh, it's really sunny today. Get on these glasses. So here we are back at home base, and I wish you could see this, but I can't really show you the cover. But basically, the cover is, it kind of like popped completely off when I tried that landing, and then the wings just pulled out a little bit. The wings aren't completely released, but the wings pull out a little bit. One battery kind of flew out onto the wing, but apparently we're still connected, and that was really an accomplishment. I'm gonna try to snap these wings back in real quick. What an amazing flight. I hope the guys over at UAV Pal tuned in for that, you guys. Sorry I wasn't able to message you guys for that. I was just a little bit panicked out. But everything looks good, no damage to the disco. So what happened on that landing is I was coming in, and I guess I wasn't low enough because I hit the landing button, and it's supposed to do like an auto landing and slow down, but it looked like it was going to overshoot. So what I did was I turned to the left, and I think it got low enough. I don't even think it actually hit the fence because I'm not seeing any damage to the wings. So I don't think it hit the fence. It turned so hard like this, whoop, and I was so low that it just clipped the ground, and that's when it popped off the battery and stuff. Maybe I did. Did I hit the fence? Maybe I did. Oh my gosh, the camera. Yeah, the camera's got some scrapes on it, and the front nose cone's got some scrapes. So I hit something with the front nose cone, but the wings are all fine. Anyway, great flight. We're at 17% power left. That was an amazing flight. That's where we flew to, guys, over my shoulder, way down to the ocean. And I guess maybe we'll take some questions here and talk about the flight a little bit before the battery gets too low. I don't really have a separate camera to stream, so we'll just do a quick little talk about this thing real quick. The only thing is this is maybe a few seconds delayed, so I'm not going to be able to be like super real time answering some questions. But yeah, it does look like the camera got a little bit scraped, possibly from the fence or maybe just from the grass. So I'm going to set this disco down here, right there. And we'll try to do, let me try to go into, oh, disco's gonna fall down. Not a good spot for the disco. I'm trying to set it on this tripod because I think it's gonna lose signal if I get too low. Let's try it right on my chair. That might work. See if we still got signal from the chair. Okay. Oh boy. There we are. Okay. So it's sitting on the chair, and I just wanted to maybe answer some of these questions. So I'm going into Recorder chat, and so you guys are going to see all this stuff, all the chat comments. Okay. I'm trying to talk to you. There you go. My chat just refreshed. And thanks for liking Helicopter. Yeah, I think it's just going to wipe off, Jay. I think it was just grass smears. Because I think I was turning hard enough so I didn't hit the fence. And there was no damage to the wings on the fence. It's perfectly fine. So I'm waiting for a couple more comments before I head out. Will you upload the footage? I sure will if you guys want it. It's going to be 1080 recorded footage, so I'll go ahead and make another video, maybe just to some music, and I'll upload the 1080p footage directly from the disco, so you guys can watch that if you want. Thanks, Revo Russell. So how much does all of this cost? You're looking at around 400 you can get the disco for, and then you know, batteries you're going to spend around $100, and the modem's about $40, and then you've got to have 2 SIM cards, so whatever that costs you on your data plan. And what else? That's about it. And then just your time configuring it. Whoa, the wind's really picking up. Yeah, it's lunchtime, Mike. No, it's not around 1,200. I'd say total cost looking like $500 to $600. So nowhere near $1,200. $500 to $600, but you gotta mod it to do this long-range stuff with 4G. Rough price. Nah, it's not that bad. To be able to do this, $500 or $600 is not much. Of course, you're gonna need like your own phone, your own tablet, or another phone. You can do it all off the same phone, but I had problems with that. You're welcome, Captain Blaze. Thanks for joining us. And if you sat through the whole flight, congrats. That was pretty amazing. How much weight? You know what? I haven't even weighed the disco, but with all of the 2 sets of batteries I have, the lithium ions and the modem, from stock weight, you're probably adding, I want to say like 300 grams, and then of course if you add another series of batteries to bring it up to over 1,000 milliamp hour, you're reaching 500 grams of extra weight. That was directed to David. You're welcome, Helicopter. Yeah, it's fun, you know. Battery is failing. Oh, yeah, we better wrap this up because I don't want to drop these batteries too low. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of chat here. We're gonna go back to our screen. I'm gonna tune out. Next video.